All right. Well, it's 6 o'clock. We'll start. Good evening, everybody. My name is Leo Florendo. I am the program coordinator and digital media teacher at Freestyle Academy. You can see here on this. Hopefully, everybody sees this screen, the agenda for tonight. Staff, it's on, right? You can hear.
Yes, it's small.
Okay. If you have any questions at any time, just put them in the chat, and then we'll eventually get to those questions in the chat. So here's what we're going to be going through today, and hopefully we'll get through it all in less than an hour or within an hour. So Tommy Cho, our animation teacher, had a medical procedure done this afternoon, and he's out of it. So he won't be joining us tonight, but we'll fill in what he probably would say. So Jason, would you introduce yourself, please?
Hey everybody, I'm Jason Greco. I'm the English teacher.
And Matt.
I'm Matt Taylor. I teach film production.
And Leslie.
I'm Leslie Parkinson. I'm the design teacher.
So that's us. We're a very small staff. Yeah. So what we wanted to show you first is give you a sense of what freestyle is about, and by showing you a video that Mr. Taylor here made. So just sit back and watch this incredible video. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Matt Taylor. I'm the film teacher at Freestyle Academy, a school within a school, part of the MVLA High School District. We're located next to Mountain View High School, behind the district office, on the other side of the parking lot. You may have seen our big green banners. You know, we are all really fortunate to live in this part of the world, to have the resources that we have, to be part of MVLA, where there are so many opportunities available to you as a student. You know, when I was a student at MVLA, I thought I had a lot of opportunities. The number of opportunities and resources that you have available to you now blows my mind. And one of those opportunities that you have is Freestyle Academy, a school of communication, arts, and technology. Our staff has been up and down the state looking for programs like Freestyle Academy, and I can honestly say, without any hesitation whatsoever, this program is one of a kind. This program is special. This program is as good or better than many of the college programs that I have seen or personally been a part of. If you are at all interested in art, or you think you might be, you really need to join us and be part of our school. If you are at all interested in technology, or you think you might be, you really need to join us and be part of our school. If you're tired of sitting at a desk all day, why, a teacher stands at the front of the room and talks for an hour and a half, and you would rather learn by doing, by creating something that's important to you, then you really need to be part of our school. I'm going to show you a video. What you're about to see is 100% student work created for projects at Freestyle Academy. I feel like it's the best way to showcase what freestyle is really all about. As you can see, our students do some really cool stuff here at Freestyle Academy. We give them professional, industry standard equipment to create with, and every year, the work gets better and better. So here's the way it works. Freestyle is a 2-year program available to juniors and seniors in the MVLA High School District. You take half your classes at your regular traditional high school, and you take 3 periods with us on our campus at Freestyle Academy. I know 3 periods is a lot. I know that's a big ask. I know many of you want to fill your schedule with band and music and choir and yearbook and journalism and robotics and so many different other classes that you can choose from at MVLA. I'm here to tell you that Freestyle is worth it. You can take Freestyle in either our morning or afternoon block. If you're with us in the morning block, that's for periods 2, 3, and 4. If you're with us in the afternoon block, that's periods 5, 6, and 7. Everyone at Freestyle takes our English class, so you get that English credit out of the way. You don't have to take English at your regular traditional high school. The cool thing about our English class is it's integrated with the other classes that you're taking at Freestyle Academy. Whatever you're working on or learning about in English filters and spills into your other Freestyle Academy classes. So everyone takes English, and everyone takes a class called Digital Media. In Digital Media, you try a little bit of everything. The idea is to expose you to all kinds of stuff so that you learn what you like, and what you hate, and what you love. Maybe something that you've never even heard of before. So you're going to learn a little bit about cameras. You're going to learn about photography. You're going to learn how to do some video editing, some animation. You're going to learn how to use our music studio and record sound. We have a professional grade, industry standard music studio. You want to record that rock album of yours? You can do that. And then we're going to teach you how to build a website. So you can take all these cool things that you're doing and put them onto a website that you can use for your college applications, for job applications, for your resume. So everyone takes English and everyone takes digital media. For your 3rd class, you get to choose one from our 3 electives. You can take a design class, and in design, you learn more advanced photography, HDR photography, surrealism. You're going to learn about Photoshop, some of the Adobe suite, InDesign, Illustrator. You're going to learn about topography. If you want to be a graphic designer, this is the class for you. We also have an animation class, and they do all kinds of animation in there. Traditional hand-drawn animation, 2D computer animation, stop-motion animation. They actually make puppets. And yeah, they even do the 3D Maya Pixar style of animation. If you're interested in animation, this is a no-brainer. You really need to come to our school. I don't know of many high school programs in the state that offer an animation class. Your 3rd option is film, and in film class, we focus on film production. That means we are making movies, your ideas, your characters, your stories. You got a great idea for a film? We can help you put it together. We're gonna give you industry standard equipment, cameras, lights, microphones. We're gonna put it all into the computer and put it together with special effects, music, sound, and put it out onto our YouTube channel for the whole world to see. To apply, it's really easy. You just go to our website at this address. And here you enter in your first name, your last name, your student ID number, your counselor. This is also where you tell us your preferences. Do you want to take the morning block? Do you want to take the afternoon block? Is your schedule flexible enough that you can take either one? This is also where you tell us which elective you'd like to take. Do you want to take design, animation, film, or do they all sound good? If you're a Los Altos student, this is also where you let us know if you need transportation provided for you for Freestyle. Once you hit submit, that application is sent to us and is entered into our Freestyle lottery. There are so many students who want to be part of Freestyle Academy, but seats are limited. So in March, we do a lottery and pull out names and find out who gets in right away and who is automatically placed onto our wait list. If you're put onto the wait list, don't panic, don't freak out. A lot of students get in from the wait list every year. Now, a few things that you should know. To be eligible for this year's lottery, you need to complete that application by this date. If this is something that you know you want to be a part of, don't wait. Do it now. Second, Freestyle is a 2-year curriculum. That means when you apply to Freestyle Academy, you're committing to both junior and senior year. No one-hit wonders. Finally, I'm not going to lie to you. Freestyle is hard work, but it's fun work. It's exciting work. It's work that you want to do, work that you care about. And there's nothing quite like that really rewarding feeling that comes with finishing a really massive project that you really care about. Thank you so much for your time. Whatever choices you make for your educational future, just remember, We are so very fortunate to be part of MBLA, to have the opportunities and resources that we have available to us. So take advantage of them. Learn a new skill or try a new class. Explore different possibilities and get excited about something. And hopefully that means we'll see some of you next year at Freestyle Academy.
Cool. And one of the more exciting things about Freestyle is you will get to go to a brand new campus, $15 million campus that's being built right now, along with all the other stuff that's being built around the district. And this is a rendering of the campus entrance. We're very excited about it. We actually take pictures of it every week and we see it grow. It's kind of fun. So then we also have, these are kind of renderings of what the classrooms are going to look like, and the space. So top left is the kind of the space as you enter in. Top right is example of the design classroom. Bottom left, it would be the opposite side looking at the entrance from the inside. And then the bottom right would be the photography and stop motion station. So the green little rooms you see there on the far wall, those are stop motion stations where animation students will literally set up stations where they put their puppets and their characters in little stages and take one photo at a time. Photo, move your character, photo, move your character, photo, move your character, and then sequence all those photos together into an actual animation. So Leslie, talk about, or Matt, talk about what would happen on the larger green screen area.
Go ahead, Matt.
So you can see there's a larger green screen corner right there. So green screening is a skill that we use a lot in film production for special effects. If you have, for example, a character that you want to put into a world that not necessarily exists, you want to put them out on the Himalayas, you want to put them on a beach, you want to put them out in the Amazon, you can use green screen technology to do that. And in the past, we've been able to do that using the green screens that we have available to us, but we're really excited to have this nice fixed studio set location where we can do that in much higher quality. So this is going to be a real step up for us than what we've been able to do in the past. So we're very lucky to have this next year.
Leslie, you want to add anything to that?
We'll just use the studio for still photography and portrait photography as it's needed during whatever assignment or projects that we have going on. Mostly it'll be used for the other two classes, but we will sneak in there.
So some of the video that you just watched, it has many of our projects that we do, but there are some newer projects that are not on that video. So here's an example of one that we just created. This is a junior illustrated exquisite corpse assignment that was pretty brand new, actually. They just finished it last week. The concept is that three or four different people draw a segment of a larger picture without knowing what the other people are going to be drawing. And then I put it together and reveal it to them. And this is a way for them to exercise what they know about Illustrator and how to illustrate drawings like these. In digital media, some of the newer projects that students are really excited about are these personal mandalas. You learn how to create these mandalas, and we print them out on, in this particular case, it's an acrylic sheet, and you can actually put it in a LED light stand like that, and it lights up for you. So this is an example of that. And then we also do a digital version of your mandala. Here's one that is actually printed on we can print it on acrylic. Here's one on a pizza board. We're printed on wood bark. And then you actually physically get to take it home, which is really cool because it doesn't only exist in the computer, it actually exists in your hand. It's really, really a neat project. Seniors also do something called stacked wood art, where you design layers of art that you glue together to give you this 2D layers stacked up to give you a fake 3D feel to it. And this is an actual student production here. And then we also produce what are called light boxes, where you design layers of paper that you laser cut out, and we put put them all together in this kind of 3D look with LED lights in the back. Give you a nice light. We also, so here are some object animations by animation students. So this is a compilation of different animations by different students. And they just take different objects and do stop motion photography and animation. We have special stations that allow us to do easily with down shooters. And use a special application called Dragon. Mix them all together. And seniors, they do 3D animation, where you're seeing here, we have captures the actual motion of the scene, and they apply that captured data onto the characters that they created in Maya. Animation. They actually trying to do multi-camera. Right. I'll move on. Here is, so Leslie, talk about the junior conceptual project.
Okay, the conceptual project is based on some English, an English project, and they have got to combine two ideas that juxtapose with each other and represent them metaphorically in a photograph. The artist statement isn't here with this, but as you can tell, without the artist statement, it's very challenging to understand what it is because it is a metaphor. So this is their first real exposure to metaphorical thinking. They find it very challenging, but once they get it, they really, really enjoy it. You can go on to the next one. Juniors were challenged with doing their name, just going out in black and white photography and shooting objects that represented each letter of their name. And then they had to put it together in Photoshop. So they also had to edit each of the photos individually in Photoshop and then put it all together to create this composition. Seniors did a number of different things this time. This is Aboriginal art. They did this using Photoshop to draw with, and we investigated and learned all about Australian Aboriginals and exactly what the different symbols meant. And they were to represent their life as an Aborigine might and reproduce the dot painting style that they are renowned for. Seniors also are working, just now finishing up actually, their products, and the ad is not on here yet, but their product is. They had to create an entire logo themselves. Then they had to put it on different products using a particular website that helps us do that. Then they had to put it all together to create, this is called a triptych. And then they are also making magazine ads that will have to reflect their particular project. So they're learning all about marketing, advertising, font design, logo design, everything you can imagine that graphic designers do.
Matt, this is you.
This is me. This is my film slide. So the thing that I want to stress when talking about film is that film is an especially collaborative class. Our projects are very, very big. They're very, very time consuming, meaning that they keep your students really, really busy, but they also keep your students really, really busy over a longer period of time. We also work very, very collaboratively, which means we're working. If you ever watched the credits at the end of a movie, you know, it just takes hundreds of people to make a film. So our students work a lot in groups in the film class. And we do this in all stages of film production, meaning we work in pre-production, production, and post-production. My goal for the 2-year curriculum for each and every student is to expose them to every facet of the film industry, whether that is writing, whether that is drafting story ideas and developing those story ideas, casting, directing, producing, putting it together into the actual camera operation, the sound recording, and then finally the editing, the special effects, and editing it and putting it all together into its finished product. So we cover every facet of that from start to finish. And oftentimes I get students that are really interested in film. They think they want to go into the film industry. They want to be a director. They want to be an actor. They want to be this. They want to be that. But my goal is to expose them to all the jobs within the industry. And oftentimes students find themselves discovering new niches that they didn't know existed, and they become really, really excited about, and they really sort of gravitate towards. And I've had a lot of students that have ended up pursuing those niches in college and even as careers, even in their career paths. I've been fortunate enough to be teaching here long enough now that many of my students now are now working in the industry, doing a lot of the same skills that they learned here in high school, which is kind of fun to see, and to see them, you know, grow up and be successful in that regard. So the big thing that I want to stress with the film class is that we're very, very collaborative, and that our projects can be enormous in size and in scale, which is why we're so collaborative. It takes a lot of hands in order to put that art project together, that film project together. And we're going to cover every facet of the industry, whether that means writing, whether that means directing, whether that means you're working a camera, whether that means acting, and whether that means as you're editing it and putting it all together into its final product. So start to finish, all the way.
All right, here's my slide. So our English class is a really special class. We are, of course, very collaborative like the other classes. We're integrated with the media classes in terms of content and thinking processes. Ideas come from English and get translated in various ways into the media classes. Overall, you get a much more well-rounded English experience, in my opinion, taking the Freestyle English classes, because you get to do not only the more standard academic types of writing assignments, essays, etc., research projects, but also a lot of creative writing, poetry, narrative, even humor writing, podcast creation. You know, the list goes on. So you'll see a list here of some of the project outcomes. And I think, Leo, I might need you to advance the slide for me. There we go. We have a number of books. You'll see those as you kind of advance that, Leo. A number of authors and books that are representative of what we study. And you'll have to keep going. There's a bunch of them there.
Okay.
And so one of the cool things about what we read at Freestyle is it's often a model for what we're actually writing, what we're actually creating.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good. So
For my project,
let me pause this. Seniors in second semester get to design their own project. They have a lot of time. They're given a lot of time to design what we call your Zenith project. Here's an example of a Zenith project where this student put together several skills from lots of different classes into this particular project. So let me back it up just a little bit. All right, so here we go.
For my project, I'm really glad that I got to combine my lyrical essay from English, my Pro Tools skills from digital media, and my Adobe Illustrator skills from design to create a truly interdisciplinary project. And this is my final product. As you can see, I have the album cover in the middle, and I kind of scattered some stickers along the page. And this is my song.
That she wrote.
Welcome to my mind. Did you see the do not enter signs? Every path's been carefully aligned. They help me to feel what I want to at the time. As you stroll through, please listen with care, for they do all the talking when words are not there. As you wander through, you may come to find some cobwebs and cracks in the shelves of my mind, but please do not fret, for from time to time I'll flip through the pages and wipe down the spines. If given this.
Anyway, you get the sense of that. Beautiful song. She wrote it, recorded it, mixed it, mastered it. Incredible song. So those are some of the projects that we do at Freestyle, and they're really the star of Freestyle. That's what makes Freestyle really incredible, is that you get to create all these incredible projects. And the Zenith Project is your ultimate one that you get to design, and you control every facet of it. So that's how you end your 2 years with us. If you have any questions about any of these projects, make sure you put them in the chat, and we'll eventually get to the chat and answer all your questions there. Okay, so let's move on. If you so we have this thing called the Freestyle Foothill program. It's basically an honors class, although it's not really called honors, but it serves the same purpose. You do some projects at Freestyle, and then what you do is you submit the same projects, the exact same projects, to a Foothill class that I am the teacher of, and you get some extra credit for it. And you essentially get, over 2 years, you can get 50 GPA points added to your transcript. So there's a lot of details about it, but essentially you get 10 college quarter credits that ends up being 20 MVLA credits. That's the equivalent of taking 2 extra elective classes. Okay, so, and then you also get a lot of GPA points. So that's an optional thing that you can do while you're at Freestyle. And you can think of it as a digital media honors class. So a lot of alumni, we've asked alumni to kind of come back to us and let us know how they, how has Freestyle kind of helped them with the trajectory of their career so far. And we have a few quotes here, and I just want to highlight. I'm not going to read all of this. We can send these slides out to you. You can read all of this for yourself, but I'm just going to highlight what's there. I came to Freestyle strongly disliking English. That happens a lot. And I came out with a greater appreciation for English, which is certainly evident in the trajectory of my uni studies. Me personally, I think English is the most important class at Freestyle because it really helps you understand how to create a good story, what goes into good writing, so that all the media productions that you do will come out much stronger and has a real message behind it, a meaningful message, not just fluff. Because I've taught technology classes before where you can create stuff, but it doesn't mean anything to anybody. So here's another alumni, Adam from the class of 2019. Frankly, I am having an amazing time at LMU. He's at Loyola Marymount University in animation, because I'm able to put to use all that I have learned at Freestyle Academy. I mean, he's making some really good stuff from the animation classes that he took at Freestyle. Evan from Mountain View High School, class of 2021. Freestyle retaught me the joy of sharing our weird creativity, and I found a supportive, quirky, and lovely environment to be myself in. And he truly was a quirky, creative guy. I mean, really miss his work. It was always interesting to see what he came up with. Maya, she's an animation student also. Freestyle made me genuinely happy to come to class each day, and I'm really glad that I did. Whether or not you have art experience going into Freestyle doesn't matter. By the time you come out of it, you'll have learned so much and had a great time doing it.
It didn't really hit me exactly how ahead of the game freestyle was until I got to college. Like I was able to do any digital media stuff for people, whether it was for a class or a club, or even later for a job. Like even after just my first year of college, I was able to get a summer media marketing internship, which was just awesome. That itself also helped me down the line get more and more work. But even aside from jobs, freestyle was just a really formative experience for me. I was able to learn a lot about myself and my art through it.
Here's one more from Spencer.
Hi, my name is Spencer Grant, and I'm a Freestyle alumnus, class of 17. Please ignore that I'm dressed like a cowboy. I just like doing that. I genuinely cannot imagine where my life would be had I not chosen to apply to Freestyle. Currently, I have a permanent contract as a video editor in London. I get to work on really cool things that I can't legally talk about. And I have like a steady job and dental and a pension at 22. And I don't really think that any of that could have happened if I didn't have the technical and people skills that I learned from attending Freestyle and engaging with its community. Some of my best friends are my former Freestyle classmates, and I am still using the techniques I learned from Mr. Taylor every day, half a decade later. So if you are looking to pursue a career or even a general passion or interest in the digital arts, I cannot understate the importance of a good foundation, and the best foundation is at Freestyle. That's a figure of speech. They did not teach me how to pour cement.
That's so Spencer. Miss that guy. Anyway, so those are the testimonials. Logistics, basically the schedule is you're at Freestyle 5 days a week. If you get this slide, there's a link to their schedule, and it looks kind of something like this, where what's great about this is that the hours at Freestyle are later, assuming this remains the same next year, and we hope it will. But AM classes start later, PM classes, go into the day. So just know that we are aware that teenagers like to start later in the day, and this is how we've set that up. The shuttle, if you're a Los Altos High School student, we have a shuttle service that allows you to take, if you're an AM student, you come to Freestyle on your own in the morning, and then during lunch, we provide a van that will take you back to Los Altos High School. If you're a PM student in the afternoon with us, you would take the shuttle during lunch from Los Altos to Freestyle. And then when you're done at the end of the day at Freestyle, you then get yourself home or to whatever activity you're doing afterwards. So that's how the shuttle works. There's lots more information about that here, who gets to go on it, the schedule. But I mean, you don't need to go too much into detail. Just know that Los Altos students, you are given a shuttle service. The process to apply, you can apply as a junior, you can apply as a senior. So somebody asked in the chat, I am currently a junior. Can I still join Freestyle? Yes, you can. Just go to this URL and apply by February 19th. What happens after February 19th is that we then look at the list, and if there's more than 80 students who applied, we have to do a lottery because we can only take 80 students. But if there's less than 80 students who apply, essentially everybody gets in. There's no point in having a lottery. So I'm going to go to the chat now and just look see what's here. Do students have an opportunity to cross-collaborate among design, animation, and film disciplines? Anybody want to take that on?
I would say it depends on the student and it depends on the project. So for example, Mr. Florendo mentioned earlier the senior Zenith project. That project is by design, by the student. The students make up that project. We've had a variety of Zenith projects that have been done in the past. Students come up with some really great and creative ideas. Sometimes those students are from other disciplines and they form together to create a larger project, each doing their own part to create something as a whole. So there's a lot of freedom in that project to kind of collaborate and work with each other. There are other projects that we've done in the past where we have had students from the different electives collaborate with each other. The cool thing about freestyle is that there's really a lot of flexibility. So once students kind of know what they're into and what they want to do, if there's a project that they want to do or there's a goal that they want to accomplish, the answer is yes. It's always yes. So we can work with that and help them to achieve and grow in the skills that they want to learn and to achieve the final product that they want to achieve. So the answer to that particular question is yes. That would be something that might be unique to a particular set of students. It might be unique to a particular project. It might be something that students design themselves and then to bring it to the staff and say, hey, we really want to do this. What do you think? And we'll say, hey, that's great. That's awesome. Have you thought about this? What about this? So that's the cool thing about freestyle is there's a lot of flexibility there for the student to really pursue what they're interested in. Most of the time as the teachers, we're there to teach them the skills and then just kind of get out of the way so they can kind of achieve what they really want to achieve and accomplish what they want to accomplish. And I think that's where the most creative works end up happening. We teach them the skills, we give them some guidance, we give them some direction, we help them develop their ideas into something really substantial, and then we just let them run with it and they come out with some really amazing things.
So all students have to take English and digital media, and so film students, design students, animation students are all mixed in together in English and digital media. If we do collaborative projects in English and digital media, just by the nature of the class, they will be working with other students from the other electives. So for example, a design student might be musically inclined, and so he or she will write some music, and then the film student might be playing the guitar on it, and maybe the animation student will be the piano player, and they will go record a song together, as an example. So for podcasts, as a senior, maybe a senior film student will be doing a podcast together with an animation student about something that they're both interested in. So yes, they get to collaborate in different ways with different people.
I would also add to that, my film students are constantly getting students from the other electives to be actors for them and even to be crew members for them. So there's a lot of opportunities to even expose students to other skills from other electives, even though they're not enrolled in those particular courses.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? Okay. So the next question in the chat is, how many hours per week would homework take? So each of our classes are college prep courses, and any college prep course in the Mountain View Los Altos Union High School District expects you to have 2 to 3 hours of homework per class per week. So that's the same for all of our classes. it might be different for film. And can you explain why, Matt?
Yeah, I can. Things are often different in film. Because of the collaborative nature and because of the way that film works in terms of building a project, developing that idea and putting it together, film kind of goes in waves. So you might have a small assignment or a small little project that you're working on for a week, and then there might be a gap where they're not doing much other than just working on those ideas and further developing those ideas. And then all of a sudden production hits, and when production hits, all of a sudden we are super busy and we are working like crazy, just day in and day out, trying to get all the filming done, trying to get all the editing done, putting it all together. And that's often the way the industry works. So it just kind of depends on the project and what point of the year we're at in that project. So the answer is your student will be busy, regardless as to what class they're taking. They will be busy. They will have work to do. But I would also add to that, how busy the student is ultimately up to them. None of us really tell the students, you need to create this, you need to create that, you're going to film this story, you're going to make this design project. A lot of that is filled in by the students. So the students, I don't assign homework in my class. The students know they've got projects that are due, but ultimately they have these great creative ideas that they want to accomplish. They give themselves the work and they're so excited about it. They won't settle for anything less than what they want to achieve. And I see that true in all the freestyle students, is they end up working harder and longer on these freestyle projects, not because it's required of them, but because they're really excited about it. They're really into it. They really want to create what it is that they have in mind. So that's where I see the busiest students. Sort of, that's where that work comes from. It's that self-motivation, honestly.
Yeah.
They're so passionate about it. They just get so passionate about their personal project that they just want to make it really, really good. And sometimes we have to kick them out of the classroom. You're like, I have to go home too, So it really is a personal thing about homework and how much time they put in. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
I will, just a little bit. There isn't, mostly there's always worked into the project and enough time for them to finish and complete it in class. For the most part, there is. However, Freestyle does check out equipment, a lot of really nice equipment for a computer, for example, and in my class, Cintiqs, tablets for them to use, because that's what we use in my class. We don't use a mouse. And they can check those out. So even if they are working on it at home, they're still getting to use the same equipment. There's all of our equipment, and have a good time using it at home. So yes, they might be working on their project, but it's still super fun. As everybody has said, they really do get into it. I mean, they are obsessed and possessed by it. So that's exactly what we want.
I see a question in the chat that's related, so I'll go ahead and take this one. Is it possible to use the equipment rooms outside of class time, for example, filming after school? The answer is yes. Students will get a lot of equipment that they'll be able to use for the duration of the year, regardless as to what class they're enrolled in. But if they need to use equipment on site, for example, if they're using the editing labs, if they're using the computers, if they're using the green screen, one of the studios, yes, those rooms are available after school. Many of the teachers oftentimes stay late after school for the benefit of students. We like it when they let us know in advance that they would like to do that so that we can work around our schedules. But yes, those facilities are made available after school for students to use, and they get used. And there's a lot of times that those students are hanging out, working and editing and cranking out just really amazing work. So yes to that question.
Every student gets a camera, digital DSLR camera. Every student gets a recording kit. If you want a computer, we'll give you a computer because we know not everybody has a computer. What else? Film students will walk out sometimes with thousands of dollars worth of filming equipment, lights,
So
and
much.
tripods, and
So much.
oh my goodness.
They also get all the programs to use at home.
Correct. So
That's very important.
essentially, we provide all the software, all the hardware that you will need to make sure your projects come out great. And this is just an example of those things that you see on screen. So we work with the Adobe Suite, which means you get Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Animate, After Effects, Premiere Pro, Lightroom, Dreamweaver, Media Encoder, Acrobat, Maya, Dragon Frame, Pro Tools, Avid Pro Tools, sorry, Ableton Live, Reason, what's another one? ZBrush. I think that's enough. Oh, so anyway, you get to learn all of that because that's what the industry uses. And so we want you to become just like a professional. Okay, so other questions. Is there an option to take honors or AP English class through Freestyle? The answer is no. We don't have an honors or AP English class, but if you're looking for that extra credit or the credit for that, we have that Freestyle Foothill program that allows you to get more credits to apply to your GPA. Okay.
You'll be busy enough as it is. Don't worry. You will be adequately challenged.
Yes, indeed.
Are we able to change our applications after we submit them? You can just email me back and say, hey, I'd like to change. And several people have already done that. Like, oh, I made a mistake. I don't want AM. I want PM. Oh, I put film as my first preference, but I actually wanted design as my first preference. That's fine. Just email me because as soon as you apply, you get an email with all the stuff you submitted from me, automatic email. And then you can just reply back and say, oh, I made a mistake. Just change this and we'll make it work. No problem. What software do you use for animation? For juniors, they start out with using Dragon Frame, which is a sequencing of photos for stop motion. They use Animate and After Effects and a little bit of Premiere Pro, I suppose. As seniors, for 3D animation, they use ZBrush, they use Animate. Some students use Unreal Engine for gaming. And there's one other one that he just purchased, but I'm not familiar with because we haven't got it yet. And
they've done Photoshop animation too in the past, I think.
Yes, that's true.
Definitely. Leo, real quick, somebody asked if you can put the link up on the screen
For
to the application. I'm sorry.
Oh, the link on the screen.
Yeah, somebody asked.
Sure. If you just go to freestyleacademy.rocks, you'll see the link right here. This little doohickey. So it's also freestyleacademy.rocks/apply. If you can just think /apply. Okay. And it looks like this. So do you recommend Freestyle for juniors or seniors? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Whether you're a junior or senior, we'll take you. If you want to learn, we are here for you. The opportunity, we're just handing it to you, and you just have to take advantage of it if you want. So come to
I would add it's much easier to get in as a junior than it is as a senior, because once someone gets into freestyle, they learn how awesome and amazing it is, and they don't want to leave. So spots become slim for seniors to apply. So if you're thinking about doing it and you're a sophomore now, don't wait. The curriculum is sequential. It is a 2-year curriculum. So you don't want to cut out halfway, and you don't want to join late if you can avoid it.
But we do take first-year seniors, just to be clear.
Yeah,
we definitely do, and they thrive. So they do miss the first year, but they manage to always come through and do stellar work for the most part.
We get
so you can join as a senior.
Yes, the recording. This session is being recorded. We will share this recording later. It's a lottery system. I heard it's a lottery system. Does it mean there is a chance they can't get into? Yes, there is a chance they can't get in. So we take a maximum of 80 students. And if more than 80 students apply, then a lottery system kicks in. Currently at this point, I think there's 60 something students that have applied. So you never know. They have until February 19th to actually apply. All right. So does anybody else have any questions that they want to ask in the chat? because I think we got all the questions.
I think so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I will say this. My parting words are, I'm so excited for next year because we get a brand new campus, We're talking a brand new campus, $15 million. And we're also applying the 16 years of experience that we've had as a school into this brand new campus. So it's not like we're all brand new to this brand new thing. We actually designed this campus with what we like to do. And so I know I speak for the rest of the staff. We're so excited to jump into this because we can achieve so much more because we have all these resources available. So please join us.
There is one more question, Leo, that just came in.
Yes. 80 students in total, 80 students no, 80 students in total. So 80 students, 80 juniors will be accepted, 40 in the AM, 40 in the PM. So that's the total number. And that's because we literally the number of spaces, the space that we have in a classroom. So that might increase in the future, but I don't think so.
Yes, that includes Los Altos High School.
Yes. So
Our classes are mixed. So Mountain View and Los Altos students get mixed together into the same class, which is really cool.
Mhm.
but it ends up that students, they don't say I'm a Los Altos student. They just say I'm a freestyle student.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool about it. It doesn't really matter to us whether you're Los Altos or Mountain View. So other questions? Any staff have a last minute thing you want to say?
Just looking forward to your application. I hope you join us. Like Leo said, our new campus is going to be absolutely incredible. And we'd love to have you join us. Come be you.
No more questions? All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll get this link out to everybody somehow, some way, to the recording of this and also these slides. So thank you, everybody.
You too.
Have a good evening.
Good night.